Andrew McCart, iFLTV. I'm here with Spencer Brown himself. Spencer, how'd you like my t-shirt, mate? Do you like it?
You can't beat a Gold Star t-shirt. The quality's unbelievable.
The quality's unreal. I tell you what, when it comes to
Giorgio Armani, that gear.
listen, I got it for free, so if it's worth for Giorgio Armani, I might sell it.
It don't shrink. We're top quality our gear.
Yeah, I mean, listen. We're back in Saudi Arabia, Spencer. A huge undisputed fight. Look at this, the 4 Crown Showdown. 2 undefeated fighters, both from the Soviet amateur team. Speak to me about this fight, Spencer.
Well, it's probably the second biggest fight in the world, isn't it? I still think Usyk, Tyson Fury is the #1 fight. But we've been waiting for this for a long time through injury, and Turkey Al-Sheikh's really held his nerve with this one as well, hasn't he? And put it back on, said what he was going to do, and done it. So I'm amazed again. I mean, it was just different class again, isn't it? I don't know how they do it, but it just seems to get bigger and better every time.
Talk to me about the fight then, Spencer. You've been around mega fights for a long time now. When you look at this fight, have you ever seen a stylistic matchup that has got everyone 50-50? I've flipped and flopped about 10 times on this fight, and so has many people here. Have you flipped and flopped on this one?
I have a little bit, yeah, but the big winners, well, even the bookies are going to struggle to get a winner out of these two, aren't they? I mean, I don't know what the odds are, but I would imagine Bivol's probably the favourite. I think Beterbiev's had a few injuries. Maybe he slowed down. He's 40. Everybody slows down at 40. I'm not going to tell you I fancy because I always get it wrong, but they're different characteristics. One's a boxer, one's a sledgehammer. But I've been told by some sparring partners that he's not banging so hard anymore. Maybe that's, Beterbiev's age. I don't know. But I would imagine the front runner is Bivol at the moment. The favourite's got to be Bivol for me at the moment.
It's an exciting card as well with the rematch of Fabio Wardley and the first female world title fight.
I had the privilege of doing the card. So Turkey Al-Sheikh let me do this card. So got a lot of Shalom fighters on. Eddie put one on. Obviously, George and Frank have got a couple on. So we mixed it up a little bit. I didn't get anybody. I've done it. But that's the way it goes. And I think everybody's happy with the card, aren't they? So the general consensus is it's a great card.
Definitely, I totally agree with you, Spencer. Spencer, can I go back to what you said earlier? You said that Bivol Beterbiev is the second biggest fight because you still think Fury and Usyk is the biggest fight in boxing.
I do, but that's because I'm biased.
Yes.
Because I love Tyson Fury. He's my man. And I think this second fight is going to be fabulous. But I think Tyson's going to knock him out.
That brings me on to this next point I was going to ask you, because I picked up on something on his social media, Tyson's social media. He put a post up of him before the Usyk fight with a 4-pack and veins in his biceps and saying, this is me in tip-top shape. And then he put another picture of him before the Wilder second fight, the rematch, with him a little bit heavier. And he says, this is the real Gypsy King. Now, can I put 2 and 2 together and say he's going to come in a lot heavier this time and going to put it on Usyk?
I don't want to let too many secrets out, but he only has to come in at a natural weight. I mean, I'm not a nutritionist, as you can see. I'm the worst advert for slim people in the world and for eating crap. So I think your natural strength lies in 19.5 stone without Tyson. I mean, I see him last week. He's like a monster. He was massive and no fat on him. He was just massive, a chunk. I put my arm around and thought, wow, this man is. I think this is how he should be. I thought in the last fight he looked very, very, very lean, very gangly, very tall. And like I say, we thought he won the fight, but there was a 50-50 either way. And if he improves 20%, he wins the fight easily, doesn't he?
That's interesting you said that, yeah.
If he improves 30%, he wins the fight convincingly. Now, he never had no sparring. He didn't very little sparring because of his eye. So, for me, Usyk, I mean, I saw a picture of Usyk the other day, looked very small. But he seems to gain the weight very quickly, short amount of time, and comes in at 16, 17 stone. Last time, Tyson only came in at, 18? So, this time, I think he has to be bigger, stronger, fitter, which he will be. And I also think size matters, but he wasn't that big last time.
It's intriguing. I can't wait to be out for it. And the undercard has been announced today as well. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we've got some great fights. Listen, you can't keep putting...
We might be in opposite corners with Isaac Lowe and Lee McGregor. I'm only joking. Isaac's a good friend of mine as well.
Yeah, well, look, I'm looking forward to that fight. It'll be a war. But what people's got to understand is you can't have mega stars fighting every week.
Yeah.
Number one, you're going to run out of fighters. Number two, we've all got to look forward to something. It is an undercard to one of the greatest fights in the world, or the greatest fight this year in the world. So, for those people that say, oh, it's shit, it's this, that and the other, there may be a couple of dubious fights on there. For me, I think it's a great undercard, and I think there's...
McCann.
Oh, that's going to be a war. See that, mate? It's going to be a war, right? Two Scouts lads, two Scouts trainers, two young lads. It's going to be a great fight. I'm really looking forward to it.
Definitely, and can I say, because obviously being know Martin Bakole quite well, I almost thought to myself that he might be on this card after his performance against Jared Anderson, and obviously the IBF has now ordered him against Ajit Kabayel. When can we see Martin out?
Martin will be out very shortly. You've got to realise as well is that, you know, this card is predominantly a Queensberry card. We all get our turn in doing our cards. So they give me this card, on which I put on a load of Ben Shalom's fighters, which was great for Ben and everybody. The next fight, the next show, if you've noticed, there's a lot of Frank Warren fighters, some Eddie fighters. I've got a couple of fighters on it, so we've all, you know, we all mix in and help each other. And we will see him very shortly. On who he'll be fighting, I'm not sure. Will he be fighting Kabayel? I don't know. And you've got to be realistic with money as well. You know, this is not a bottomless pit, you know, where you can just ask for whatever you want. It's not going to happen. But obviously we want to see Big Martin out again, don't we?
I talked to you about Anthony Joshua and Dubois. I know you were out there in Wembley now. The immediate rematch. I know you're probably the second most influential man in boxing right now. Do you know anything on that?
Yeah, I do, yeah. But I'm not going to tell you. It would be wrong for me to tell you. Eddie Earn will let you know in quick succession. But, you know, whatever happens, we've got some terrific fights going on. If I was Anthony Joshua, I'd take the rematch. I would.
And why do you say that?
Because Anthony, for me, just looked like Daniel's improved head and shoulders. I mean, he's like a different man. The confidence. I think that's a lot to do with his dad, to be honest. I think his dad if he's having his dad around in his corner, I just think it gives him another 30%. And they're a very close-knit family, and they look to each other for everything, really. So I think that Anthony Joshua he got jumped on very quickly. I think he'll come in with a different game plan completely, and I think you'll see maybe a different result.